Mary could have taken Carrie and hidden in the sturdier house, but she remembered Laura was still in the barn. With Charles and Caroline away from home, as the oldest sister, she was responsible for her two younger sisters. She couldn't leave either of them behind. The pack of wild dogs couldn't break down the barn door, so they unleashed their fury on the chickens in the yard. In an instant, the air filled with a chaotic mix of barking, the terrified squawks of the chickens, and the frantic flapping of feathers. Mary watched it all through a crack in the door, her heart aching. Their family wasn't well off, and those chickens were incredibly important to them. She couldn't bear to imagine how heartbroken her mom and dad would be when they returned to see such a sight. Mary had hoped the dogs would leave after they had their fill. To be safe, they waited from daylight until darkness fell, their stomachs growling with hunger. But then, Laura heard a rustling, digging sound from outside. Their worst fear had come true. The dogs hadn't left. They were unnervingly smart, working together to dig a hole under the corner of the barn, trying to tunnel their way in. Mary made a split-second decision and told her sisters to climb up high. At first, the dogs pawed at the dirt cautiously, but once they realized they'd been discovered, they became completely brazen, digging with frantic speed. In truth, these wild dogs had once been pets. The experience of being abandoned had filled them with a hatred for humans. Attacking livestock wasn't just about finding food, it was more like a cruel act of revenge and slaughter. The townspeople, however, were oblivious to this. They mistakenly believed wolves were responsible and had set numerous traps in the hills, hunting them relentlessly. It was because of this that Laura and her friend Andy had recently rescued an injured mother wolf and her whimpering pups from near a trap, secretly bringing them back to their barn to care for them. The wild dogs flooded in like a tidal wave. In the nick of time, the mother wolf in the corner dragged her injured body forward and lunged. A powerful maternal instinct drove her to protect her cubs at all costs, buying Mary and the others some precious time. But overwhelmed by their numbers, she fell tragically in a pool of blood. Their only hope now rested on Laura's dog, Bandit. He knew the way to Andy's house. If he could just get out, he could get Andy's father for help. Bandit saw his chance and leaped out of the barn window, but his movement was immediately spotted by one of the dogs. Bandit took off running, the vicious dog hot on his heels. The clever dog quickly came up with a brilliant idea, diving into a hollow fallen log up ahead. Just as he was about to burst out the other side, the wild dog sank its teeth viciously into his back leg. A sharp pain shot through him, but he didn't dare stop for a second. Thankfully, the pursuing dog got stuck fast in the narrow opening. Bandit had managed to shake his pursuer.
Trouble. The Dangles.
Do you think the wolf hurt him?
I pray to God that's all she heard.
The dog started to climb the haystack. Mary's heart hammered, as if it were about to leap out of her throat. But looking at her terrified, trembling sisters beside her, her sense of responsibility suppressed the fear. She was the oldest. She had to protect everyone. Mary grabbed anything she could use as a weapon, and with all her strength, swung hard at the lead dog climbing towards them. Just as she was about to lose her strength, several sharp gunshots cut through the chaos in the barn. The piercing sound was like a pause button. The dogs, so ferocious just moments before, instantly fell silent. The adults had finally arrived. After making sure everyone was safe, the terror and dread she had been forcefully holding back washed over her like a tidal wave, and she couldn't help but burst into tears.